ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। यप्रव्रजन्तमनपेत अपेतकृत्यं द्वैपायनो विरह कातर आजुहाव। पुत्रेति तन्मयतया तरवो विनेदुस् तं सर्वभूतहृदयं मणिमानतोऽस्मि। यस्यानुभावमखिलश्रुतिसारमेकम् आध्यात्मदीप अतिथिर्षतां तमोऽन्नम् संसारिणा करुणयाः पुराणगुह्यं तं व्याससूनुपयामि गुरुं मुनीनां। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। तुम करोति वाचालं पद्मं मंगायते यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। तस्मात्तहं विगतविक्लवैश्वरस्य सर्वात्मनामहि गृह्णामि यथा मनीष। नीचो जयो गुणविसर्ग अनुप्रविष्ट भूयेत हि पुमाननुवर्णितेन। Hare Krishna. So, just a second. So, welcome all of you and congratulate all of you that you are doing this course of Bhakti Vaibhav. So I think now there are 12 devotees. I don't know how many started and how many are there now. Yes, that's why I'm. Yes, Anuj Prabhu, we started with how many or same number is there now or?
Prabhuji, we had 24, 25 devotees.
And now you have how many around?
Now, like 4 have like for sure left, they are discontinued. And there are 3, 4 devotees like who are temporarily discontinued for like 1 or 2 units.
Yeah, that's fine. So
we have 18 devotees, 18, 19 devotees.
Wonderful. So
out of that, like 3, 4 have temporarily are not available.
Okay.
And few are absent today.
Yes. Good. So congratulate all of you for continuing the course till now. Third canto has come. There. So actually there will be a lot of Maya will put lot of challenges in this study of Bhagwatam till the end, till 12 cantos. So all of you are sticking and continuing, and please continue with the course, and especially now you have to tolerate for 1 month, but still you continue because the book is very special. Anyone speaks like me also, the point is Bhagavatam is very powerful. So with that, let us begin our unit. So we are going to discuss, I was instructed, so I'm very grateful to His Grace Sakshi Achutru, my very dear friend who has given me this instruction and opportunity to serve. So he told me that I had to try to cover from 3.9 to 12. So third canto, 9th chapter onwards, right? So
Yes, Prabhuji. We are blessed to fortunate to have you back, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Thanks
Mm,
thanks for coming, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thanks for tolerating me, and let us discuss Bhagavatam. Let us begin discussing Bhagavatam. So this is unit. So till now you have discussed. So let us see little background of what has happened till now. So anyone wants to say few words about what happened, like one or two statements? What happened till now in third canto? Yes, till the time I share. Anyone wants to say? What all things happened till now in third canto? Whatever you have studied. Yes? Anyone? So certainly you must have heard about these two personalities, isn't it? They are sitting in Haridwar, and Maitreya Muni is speaking to Vidura. And after, so first 4 chapters, Vidura was pacified actually by Uddhava, one of the best sections of third canto, the first 4 chapters. So that's how it began, and then there is Vidur Maitreya Samvad. So these 9 to 12, the main important themes are below, you are seeing. Brahma's prayers and Lord's reply. So this is the most essential part of this entire unit, the prayers of Brahma and the reply of the Lord. Explanation of the time with 10 types of creation. So that is 10th and 11th chapter. The technical description of time and different creation. And then there is Visarga explanation in summary in 12th chapter. So this is our plan of studying, as we have around 8 days, right? 4 weekends. So this is we offer to Vrindavan Chandra's pleasure and all of you. And we propose and let us see whatever happens. So as I told, these 2 red parts are important, and we'll spend good amount of time on that. And how we spend time based on how Prabhupada has written purports. The pages of purport of Prabhupada, accordingly we'll spend time. So 2-3 days we'll discuss about the prayers and the Lord's reply, and then this, and then so this is how the plan is. So let us see what actually happens. So the background, as I was asking. So this third canto actually begins with the question of Parikshit. Right? But in 2.10, actually, Parikshit was told by Shukdev Goswami that I will tell you something about Padmakalpa. But there was a transcendental deviation, because Saunakadi Rishis asked about Vidur Maitreya Samad. Okay. So, and same thing was asked by Parikshit in the beginning of third canto. So that's how it is matching, and that's how the Vidur and Maitreya Samvad setting is being explained first. So before meeting Maitreya, Vidura met Uddhava, and before that he was disrespected, right? So that all things happen in the first 4 chapters. That is a prelude to the Vidura Maitreya Samvad. And so after that, Vidura was told to go to approach Maitreya for further further knowledge. But the main part Uddhava did, of pacifying the great emotions of Vidura, because he heard about Prabhash and everything. Right? So then Maitreya started speaking in 5th, right? And Maitreya explained, actually Maitreya explains Chatushloki. I think Sakshayachit Prabhu took the previous 2 units, so he must have explained it. But he explained Chatushloki because he heard from the Lord at Prabhas in this 5th, 6th and 7th chapters. And 7 chapters, there are so many questions asked by Vidura, which are very much similar to what questions are asked by Parikshit in 2.8. That's how this Samvad is coming actually. Shukdev Goswami also spoke this, and Shaunakadi Rishis also wanted to hear Vidura Maitreya Samvad. That's how it's matching. So in the answer now, with that question, so in 3.7 and 3.8, the description of Padma Kalpa events begin. So what is this Padma Kalpa? Yes, so you heard about it. Anyone wants to say anything about this? Padma Kalpa, what is this Padma Kalpa? You heard about it in the previous discussions? I think you have not heard. Okay, fine. That's fine. So that's why I have written there after special Naimittik Pralaya. So see, Kalpa is 1 day of Brahma. So Padma Kalpa is a special day where the lotus manifests. And lotus manifests on the first day of Brahma, first day of first year of Brahma, after he takes like the first birth. But Padma Kalpa specifically here means the 50th year of Brahma, 51st year, first day of Brahma. That is right now. Right now, in the sense, right now that day is going on. Brahma is just become Vanaprastha. Yes. So that Kalpa, again the lotus manifests. So lotus once manifested 50 years back on the first day of Brahma, in the first year. After that it remained, because in the lotus there are 14 planetary systems. So it remained for 50 years. But after, at the end of 50 years, there is dissolution. The lotus also goes. And this is a special pralaya. That's why I said there is Naimittik pralaya and there is Prakritik pralaya. So Naimittik pralaya, which is happening at the end of Brahmaji's day. Okay. So that's called Naimitta. Nimitta is Brahmaji's days is over. So his services are over. Now 12 hours he is going to sleep. Right? So then when in that, when he gets up, that time the description, what you heard in the previous chapter, that happened. Right? 8th chapter you discussed the lotus manifestation. Am I right? You heard all that? Lotus manifesting and
Yes,
yeah, and then Brahmaji wondering, oh, when this lotus is coming from, etc. And then he searches and then he starts meditating again, and then he gets beautiful darshan of Vishnu and Garbhodakshay Vishnu, right? And Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And then the beauty of Garbhodakshay Vishnu is explained in the 8th chapter, right? So having seen that form and experiencing it, the 9th chapter is where the prayers, Brahmaji is going to offer prayers, right? So that is the setting of this chapter. So what is the essence of this chapter? This 9th chapter is what we are beginning. Garbhodaya Shayanam Swantah Antaryaminam Navame Vidhi Stutva Tasya Kripa Vrishya Samarthyam Prapa Srishtaye. Yeah, please read the translation which is given below. Yes, Anand Mohan.
In the 9th chapter, after praising Garbhodakshay Vishnu, the soul of the universe, Brahma gains power to create the universe by the Lord's mercy.
Yeah. So, Navame, in this 9th chapter, what is happening? Vidhihi, that is Brahma, Garbhodashayinam Swa Antaryaminam Stutva. So, Vidhi, Brahma, praised Garbhodakshay Vishnu, who is his own Antaryami, that is super soul. right? So because he saw Garbhodaksha Vishnu is a Purusha avatar, right? So it is one of the Antaryami. Having praised Stutva, Tasya Kripavrashtya Samartham Prapa Sushtay. So after praising, he received the samarthya, the capability to create the Srushti by his mercy, the showers of his mercy in form of instruction. Kripa Vrishta Samartham Prapa Srushti. So that is what is the essence of this verse, essence of the chapter. So in this chapter, the breakup is breakup maybe, the main thing is first 25 verses are the prayers which will begin today. And then after 25 verses, maybe I will just tell you. First 25 verses is the prayers by Stutva, that Stuti of Brahma. And then after first 25 verses, the rest from 29, oh sorry, yeah. So 29 to 43, Supreme Lord replies to Brahma. Okay. So that is reply to Brahma. These are the two sections actually, predominantly. So this is what is the section. 1 to 25 are prayers, and 26, 37 is just the connection. And 29 actually the instruction starts, Bhagwan Vacha. And they go till 43. So that's how the chapter is put. So Srimad Bhagwatam says that there are 10 topics of Bhagwatam. Atra Sarga Visargasya Sthanam Poshanam Utaya Manvantare Ishanu Katha Nirodho Muktirashraya. So there are 10 topics. But Dashamasya Vishuddhartham Navanamiha Lakshanam Varnayanti Mahatmanaha Shutena Arthena Changyas. Means the great souls like Maitreya and Shukdev, they explain the 9 topics while isolating the 10th topic or indicating the 10th topic, which is Ashraya, which is Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. How they do? By 2 ways. Shrutena Arthena. So Shrutena means direct evidence or stutis. Stuti is currently what we are going to discuss. This is the heart of Srimad Bhagavatam. The prayers of the devotees, especially the pure devotees like Brahma. This is the heart and the most confidential experiences and the most confidential part of Srimad Bhagavatam are the stutis, which are direct. This is direct, means he is seeing the Lord and is praying, like or Narsingadev Prahlad Maharaja's prayers. So that is like essence. Although it may appear like it may appear, prayers came, now again same thing will come. No, prayers. So, but we have to understand there are great deep emotions of love and affection between the two, and a lot of philosophy also along with that. Right? So, that is what stuti. And arthena means there are some stories where the purport of the story is the ashraya tattva indication. So now what we are going to discuss is the prayers of our founder Acharya in one sense, founder Acharya, that is Brahmaji, or Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya. So they are very, very profound and deep with devotion. So we'll spend some time on them properly to understand, because as I told, this is the heart of Srimad Bhagavatam. So the prayers are set like this, first 25 verses. So the breakup of prayer is like this. So 1 to 13 is the deep Siddhanta of greatness of pure devotion and glory of personal form of Lord. So this is actually called Amal Yash. Amal Yash means spotless glory, which was not described by Vedvyas. That's why he was dissatisfied. He has given so much glory in so many scriptures, but it was not spotless. But spotless glory means 3 things. The glorification of beautiful form of the Lord, and the description of his most attractive pastimes and pure devotion. So here, Amalyas, these two parts are there. The pure unalloyed devotion and personal beauty of the Lord. That is established. So very important section. Actually, this section, we will see that when Lord is replying to Brahma after hearing his praise, Lord becomes happy to hear this section of the prayers. That you have very nicely glorified pure devotion and my form. Like that. So this is very important section in the prayers. Then he offers obeisances to different manifestations of the Lord. Right? 14 to 19. And then Brahmaji offers respect to the form in front of him, that is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So different manifestations of Lord, and he gives different analogies there. Like I think the analogies are, cosmic, very big tree and all like that. So that is what is the 14 to 19. Yeah, so 14 to 19, what he says is, yeah, your different forms means cosmic tree, the time factor, and there are so many other forms like that. And so many incarnations, so many holy names and all. So different forms and manifestations of the Lord. And then he offers to prayers in front of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So he offers respects to him. And then this is another most important section where after praising the Lord, Brahma makes requests. And his requests are really very profound for a person. What and how to offer prayers. What should be the content of our prayers? What should be the mood of our prayers to the Lord when we are beginning the service, right? So Brahmaji is beginning here. So he asks request before for rendering the service of creation, which is thankless service actually. So these two sections are very essential. So we'll spend some time here. Yeah. So let us go into that now. So now as the first verse, so I will show the document, which is the Prabhupada's purport and some comments from the previous Acharya. Okay? So that's how this is there. So till now, whatever we discussed, anyone has anything about the background and the thing? In case any quick thing is there, you may express till the time I share. Okay. So 9th chapter, Brahma's prayers for creative energy. So different. So the first verse is, as I told, he is now seen the beauty of Lord and experienced it, and now he is going to express himself. So different acharyas tell what is there in the first verse, right? So please read this now. These three acharyas, what they are saying. So Sridhar Swami, that is SS. Jiva Goswami, this is Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Yeah, please read. Next, who is there?
Sridhar Swami, upon gaining knowing Bhagavad Tattva Jnana, feeling greatly satisfied, graced, obliged, at the same time lamenting for conditioned souls who are unaware of this Tattva, Brahma speaks. Jiva Goswami, ignorance of the Lord is a disaster. Persons with bodies do not know the form of the Lord with his Shaktis. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. This verse shows that after attaining mercy, one can meet the Lord and know the Lord. One who personally experiences your sweetness laments for others.
So this is the essential mood of Brahmaji in the very first verse. Having experienced, so now he is expressing his gratitude and is feeling fault in the people who don't have that experience. Huh? So let us see. So these verses of prayers are in the Vasanta Tilak meter. That is our, I think, Brahma Samhita. So I would request all of you to recite with me without unmuting yourself. But you can recite very beautiful prayers. You can try your best. ब्रह्मोवाच ज्ञातोऽसि मेद्य सुचिरान्ननुदेह भाजा न ज्ञायते भगवतो गतिरत्यवद्यम् नान्यस्त्वदस्ति भगवन्नपि तन्न शुद्धम् माया गुणप्रतिकराद दुर्विभासि. Yeah, please read the translation. This is supposed to be.
Lord Brahma said, "O my Lord, today, after many, many years of penance, I have come to know about you. Oh, how unfortunate the embodied living entities are that they are unable to know your personality. My Lord, you are the only knowable object because there is nothing supreme beyond you. If there is anything supposedly superior to you, it is not the absolute. You exist as the supreme by exhibiting the creative energy of matter."
Yeah. So let us try to understand the verse, what it is telling. He's saying, Jnatosi me Adya. Adya means today. Today, Suchiran. After a long time of penance, I was meditating on you. Because as I told, it's a Naimittik Pralay. Means what? It is 51st year. Right? So he has seen Lord. So he was meditating on the form, meditating on the Lord for a long time. But today, now I know you, my Lord. Adya. So, and I am really astonished by seeing the beauty of what I am seeing. Okay. So there is a difference between what I was meditating on. Of course, it was beautiful, but that same object has come in front of me. Now I am able to understand that there is oceanic difference between what I was meditating on, direct perception of that meditation. So that's what he is saying here. That I was thinking I know you. That's why I was meditating on you. But now I understand, no, it's so exquisite beauty when it comes to directly seeing. So that's what is the mood here. Adya, today I know you, my Lord. And you means your form. After long penance. And because of that experience of the beauty and Saundarya and everything of the Lord, he immediately feeling for the living entities who are not knowing the Lord. Nanu means indeed, but deha bhajam na jnayate. But those who are having the bodies, they don't know this beautiful form, Bhagavato, of you. Bhagavato means who is possessor of all the six opulences. So they don't know your form. Bhagavato gatiratyavadyam. So that's why it is, they are very with great fault. They are with fault, like great offense, Prabhupada saying here. And it's here, how unfortunate are the embodied living entities that they are unable to know you, your personality. Like that. Avadyam. So avadya is fault. So they are having this fault of not knowing you. So because they don't know the extent of your forms, beauty, etc. So Lord may ask him that, you are saying this, but there are so many beautiful things in this world. What about that? He says, no, everything is you. Nanyat tvadasti bhagavan api tanna shuddha. So there is nothing in this world comparable to you. Nanyat tvad asti. Bhagavan api tanna shuddhan. There is nothing beyond you, or there is nothing comparable to you or your form. And even if it is there, it is not pure. Na shuddham. That's what he said. There is nothing comparable to your form, because everything else has some kind of beauty, so-called beauty, but it is impure. Why it is impure? Because it is temporary. And it is uh, temporary and illusory, both. So that's why he is saying like, na shuddha. And then one may ask that, why it is, why you are saying that there are so many things in this world which are beautiful, which are like, exactly if I read, he says that, but does not the happiness of Swarga give pleasure to the senses? You are saying all that, material world is not there. So first question he asked that, is there some sweet object with similar sweetness in this variegated world? Since you are saying that without realizing the Lord, life is a waste of time. He is saying, avadyam deha bhajam bhago na jnayate. You are saying that it is all waste of time. Is it not any other object in this world who has sweetness? He says, there is no other than you worthy object of sweetness or worthy object of knowing. Jnanartham upadeya. So there is none yet. There is no value because it is impure. So the impurity, but so the question two, what is being said is, but does not the happiness of Swarga give pleasure to the senses? Like that Lord may ask. So then he says, Maya guna vyatikarad yadurur vibhas. But whatever attractive, glamoring, glittering things of this world are just producing from the transformation of your external energy and the three modes. So they may appear very big. Yad urur vibhasi. Vibhasi means they appear very big, like, the Swarga or Brahmaloka or being Sarvabhaumatva of this earth. But they just appear, but they are not actually pure. Why they are not pure? Because they are limited and there are temporary, like that. So that is what is the meaning of this verse. So Prabhupada explains different aspects. So just a second, I'll just switch on. Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada begins to tell how causality is not known by people. Yes, Prabhupada. Please read this highlighted portion.
The highest peak of the ignorance of the living entities who are conditioned by material bodies is that they are unaware of the supreme cause of the cosmic manifestation, Param Satya. Different people have different theories regarding the supreme cause, causality, but none of them are genuine. The only supreme cause is Vishnu, and the intervening impediment is the illusory energy of the Lord. The Lord has employed his wonderful material energy in manifesting many wonderful distractions in the material world, and the conditioned souls, illusioned by the same energy, are thus unable to know the supreme cause. The most stalwart scientists and philosophers, therefore, cannot be accepted as wonderful. They only appear wonderful because they are instruments in the hands of the illusory energy of the Lord.
Yeah. So see, Prabhupada is explaining the last line to begin with. Yadurur vibhasi. Maya guna vyatikarat yadurur vibhasi. So everything appears great, but it is not great or attractive or powerful or wonderful. No, they are all many wonderful distractions, Prabhupada says. And people are manifesting and they appear wonderful, but they are instruments in the hands of illusory energy. So that's how he is telling. And then he is telling an important principle in the beginning, actually. So in this world, the very important principle to know is causality. What is causality means? Means to know the supreme cause of all causes. There are so many theories of this world that they quote, this is the cause, that is the cause. But none of the theory is proper. Not to speak of Vedic, non-Vedic, that is Big Bang and all, that is all useless only. But even Vedic, the 6 systems of philosophy, they are having differences because they have different causal. Nyayas, Vaisheshikas, they have different causality. Their logic, that from where everything has come. So they have differences and they don't have any clear understanding. That's why he's saying highest peak of ignorance. So see, highest word is enough. Highest peak of ignorance is not knowing the supreme cause of what we are seeing. So Bhagavatam begins with this aphorism, Janmadhyasya yatah. So whatever I am experiencing in this world has come from Krishna. And Maya is defined by Krishna in a way, in a very unique way in Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So Maya is not in the object. Maya is not there in the experience. Maya is not even there in the perception fully. How Maya is defined in Chatushloki Bhagavatam? So you heard, right? Chatushloki Bhagavatam. So how is Maya defined in Chatushloki Bhagavatam? Can someone say definition of Maya? Anyone? Yes, whatever you remember, you may share. Anything.
Anything that is not related to Lord Vishnu can be considered as Maya. Means
Yeah, yes, yes, very close. Perfect. Yes, Mataji.
That which is not.
Yeah, that is our definition. I asked what Lord defined Maya. See, so different people define Maya based on their understanding. But we have to see how Lord defines Maya because it's in his energy. So what he says is Rite Artham Yat Pratiyeta Na Pratiyeta Chat. So you may see this verse 2:9:34. So what is Maya? If you see something valuable in this world, without connection with me is Maya. Valuable, something worth. As soon as you see something worth, you have to see little deeper that, okay, how it is connected to Krishna. Then it is no more Maya. That's the point. That's why not being aware that how, and the same thing from Bhagavad Gita says to Krishna, Arjuna is asking this question to all of us, right? For all of us. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu, etc. How I can remember you, my Lord, by seeing different objects in this world. Because you are the source, because of you only everything is coming in this way. So that supreme cause is not known. So that is what is highest peak of ignorance. So sure enough that we are knowing theoretically and we have heard by mercy of Prabhupada. But the whole world is not aware. Even the Vedic, as I told, the Nyayas, Vaisheshikas, they don't know clearly. So the causality, causation, they are most misunderstood. And what to speak of Big Bang and all that, that is not worthy of even discussion because it's all without Lord. The Vedic theories are at least with Lord. The Vedic theories are at least with the, they are theistic presentation. That's why Prabhupada writing the first statement. The peak of ignorance is being unaware of the supreme cause. And then becoming aware of it and becoming conscious of it is the next thing, which is what is the practice. And then he says that how to know this? By mercy of love. Bhagavat kripa labdham bhagavad jnanam. So the Lord as Bhagwan aspect of the Lord can only be known by mercy of the Lord. So Lord's mercy on Brahma, that's why he could understand this aspect. And he could get darshan of Lord. Right? So that is the principle here, which is mentioned. So one can attain Brahman and Paramatma realization by using his intelligence and inference. But Bhagwan aspect of the Lord can only be understood by bhakti, and that is causeless mercy of the Lord. So that's why Prabhupada says that one can know the supreme cause by causeless mercy of that supreme cause. And Brahma, and it is bestowed upon Lord's pure devotees like Brahma and those in disciplic success. So how to get that? So Brahmaji did acts of penance. So only by penance one can appreciate the beauty and the opulence of the Lord. And when one is acquainted with that beauty and opulence, he is no longer attracted by any other thing. Right? Param drishtva nivartate, Prabhupada said. So we heard about Brahmaji's penance in this last chapter, right? So his channel, his penance was not just tapasya. His penance was devotional, right? His penance was not just fasting from something, and so on. No, this penance is nothing but devotional service. So he meditated on the mantra, or the, like in the second canto you hear, like he heard the word tapa and then he started meditating on that after understanding that someone has instructed me. So that penance became the cause of getting mercy, and that's why he could appreciate the beauty and the opulence of the life, right? So that is what is told. And then as soon as he got that, then naturally everything else becomes distasteful. That's what Prabhupada is saying here. He is not attracted. And then what is the natural consequence of that? That he feels for the people who have not experienced that. So this is the real compassion of Brahma, that immediately he feels great distress that why not others are experiencing this like that. So that's what is told here. So this penance, actually, just I wanted to show one thing, that what is this penance. Okay. So yeah, it is there in 2.9, right? So it is a devotional austerity, and Lord does glorify that penance actually. But this penance in the second canto, 9th chapter, if you see, so that penance is glorified. So Lord says that penance is my heart. So what is that? So it is not just any tapasya. The tapasya for attaining me is my heart. If any other tapasya is done, that is with any other motive other than attaining me, is like a not having life. It's like a dead, like that is mentioned there. So any tapasya is heart of Lord, means what? That tapasya which is done for attaining the Lord. So that's what Brahmaji did. That's why it was pleasing. Any other tapasya done with any other motivation is dead, because the heart is only not there. That is the desire to attain the Lord. So that's how we see so many people like Hiranyakashipu, Ravana, they all did penance, but they are all selfish penances, right? Whereas Brahmaji's penance was for doing creation, but how did that desire came up? Because Lord desired him to create. So it was for right purpose, right motivation. That's why he could get the effect of it. And then Prabhupada is saying that now he goes to the part of avadyam, no? Deha bhaja. Foolish human beings who do not endeavor to investigate the supreme beauty and opulence are condemned by the Lord. So see, do not endeavor to investigate. So this is very important. It is imperative that every human being try for such knowledge. And if anyone does not do so, his life is spoiled. So the knowledge of Lord is extremely important. To investigate. So investigate is a very unique word Prabhupada is using, right? Because to understand Bhagwan is very difficult. And what to speak of understanding Swayam Bhagwan, that is Krishna, which is even more difficult. And more difficult than that is understanding the Swayam Bhagwan in Vrindavan, right? So that's why there is investigation required, inquiry required. to attain and aspire for this knowledge of Krishna while serving Krishna. Right? So it is imperative that every human being try for such knowledge. So Prabhupada writes in this Bhagavad Gita purport of 9.34 that one must continuously cultivate knowledge of Krishna. So 9.34, which is the essential verse of Bhagavad Gita, which is repeated twice, right? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskar. But that verse, Prabhupada says this, that one must cultivate knowledge of Krishna continuously, like that. So it's very important. So important endeavor which we should be doing. And then Prabhupada goes to the last line, as I was telling you, that the Swarga and all these pleasures of the senses which are available in the material world, what is that? No, that is not pure. Being temporary, it is not eternal, and it is disagreeable because of the change. So see, the problem with material pleasure is, first is it is temporary, second is it changes. The object, one wants to change the object, one wants to change some variety in that, and it just goes on. And it is limited and it is low and it is impure. So all this problem is being told by Brahma. And then he says that the people who are enjoying that is like crows. So that's what Prabhupada says. No? So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that, and that's what Prabhupada echoes. That anything that is beautiful and opulent in the material sense is enjoyed by those living entities who are like crows. So that way it is told. And same thing, Prabhupada is writing for literature which is not glorifying Krishna, is also compared to the crow literature, crow's pilgrimage, right? So the same thing basically. So we should read Krishna related books and we can see the crow literature like that. One thing is literature and other thing is all other pleasures of this world. So that's how the first verse is exhibiting Brahmaji's great pleasure and happiness of seeing the Lord and thinking that, that what I was meditating was surely beautiful, but when I am seeing you directly, that is too exquisite. And immediately he feels compassion for those who don't get. Right? So that's how the verse is telling. Now the next verse, Lord may say that, but this form that you have described is current. You said Adya. Jnatosi me Adya. So today you saw this form. So if it is recent, it is not eternal. And you are using the words like Adya. So today you saw, right? It means it was not existing before. So thinking such objection, Brahmaji is praying the next verse. So this is the way actually the stutis are to be understood, in the sense of there is a conversation which is going on between the Supreme Lord and the devotee. And by that the flow of thought and flow of emotions are understood. That's why you see these links are nothing but akshepa. And the verse which is spoken the next is the akshepasya samadhanam, the answer to the akshep. So that's how this, whatever you see, these are the links between the verses. Especially in stutis, it is their emotions and feelings are being explained. So Lord is saying this. So what Brahmaji replies? That okay, is this form recent form? No? You said today I saw. No, he said no. Rupam yate yadet avabodha rasodayena shashvannivritti tamasah sadanugrahaya adau gruhitam avatara shataika bijam yannabhipadma bhavanadahamāvirāsam. Yeah, please read now. Who is supposed to read?
The form which I see is eternally freed from material contamination and has advantage to show mercy to the devotees as a manifestation of internal potency. This incarnation is the origin of many other incarnations and I am born from the lotus flower grown from your navel womb.
Yeah. So, how he is saying that, my dear Lord, no, your form is Shashvat. See, Rupam yat etat. The Rupam, the form which I am showing, it is avabodha rasodayena. It is full of your internal potency, Chit Shakti. It is made up of avabodha ras, is Chit Shakti. So because of that, Shashvat Nivritti Tamasaha. It is always completely free from the lower modes, like material contamination. It is eternal form made up of Shuddha Sattva. That is the meaning. And forever, it is not Adya, it is not recent. It is eternal form, which I am seeing right now, which is full of your, made up of your Yogamaya potency, internal potency. And why it manifests? For the bestowing mercy to the devotees, Sad Anugrahaya. So, that is what is, that's why you manifest your form, which is eternal. So, you are eternally existing, but you manifest for the mercy, bestowing mercy to your devotees, Sad Anugraha. And Adau Grihitam Avatara Shataika Bijam. The original, so this Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is Avatara Shataika Bijam. So it is not only eternal, what I am seeing right now, from that form, so many hundreds of incarnations are there in this form. So it is a seed, the transcendental seed of hundreds of your incarnations in the material world, right? So this Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is the form from which all the incarnations come, right? So this is what is told in the first canto, third chapter, just before the Swayam Bhagwan verse, right? So this is told, our 1.3.4, if you wish to see. So avatar is not only your form is eternal, from that there are so many avatars manifest. Yeah, and I am seeing myself, I am one of the Guna avatar. Right? Yannavi Padma Bhavanat Aham Avirasam. I have manifested from that only. So that's what is this verse is answering, that it is eternal form, it is not recent form. That is there. And Adav means it was existing before even Gunavataras, because Gunavataras are what? Shiva and Brahma. So Adav means it is existing even before, because it is Purusha avatar, right? This particular avatar is Purusha avatar. So that's how Brahmaji is saying. So Prabhupada says all these things, like between the three deities, they are coming from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And from Shirodakshaya Vishnu, many Vishnu incarnation expand in different ages for the pleasure of devotees, Sadanugraha. So now you may see this Garbhodakshaya and Shirodakshaya. Actually, so they come from Shirodakshaya Vishnu, but means like Devatas, for when they are in trouble, what they go? They go to Shirsagar, right? And then Lord manifests. So that's how in the universe they manifest from Shirodakshaya Vishnu, but their origin is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So that is what is the thing. And they are beyond the Gunavataras, right? That's what is told already. And Prabhupada warns here that anyone who thinks that they are same, Vishnu, the second offense, right? So, Sa Pashandi Bhavet Dhruva. That is what is commented by Prabhupada. And then Shashwan Nivritta Tamasaha. So, that's what is quoted, Prabhupada quotes. Avabodharas means that which completely nullifies. Avarodharas. What it nullifies? There is no material contact in that, right? In the transcendence, there is no chance of material contact by any means, like that. So that's how he says. So now Lord may say that, okay, you are saying that, but actually there are so many people, they say that actually original form is Brahman, impersonal Brahman, and that has no qualities. Not the Lord with qualities, which you are saying. That is eternal, okay, even if it is eternal, but what is superior is the Brahman, impersonal Brahman without qualities. If Lord says like that, then in reply to that, Brahmaji says the next verse. So this is the one link. Natah param paramayat bhavatah swarupam anandamatramavikalpa viddhavarchah pashyami vishvasrujame vishwamatman bhutendriyat pramadatasta upashritosmi. Yes, please read.
O my Lord, I do not see a form.
Sorry, sir. Yes, please.
O my Lord, I do not see a form superior to your present form of eternal bliss and knowledge. In your impersonal Brahman effulgence in the spiritual sky, there is no occasional change and no deterioration of internal potency. I surrender unto you because whereas I am proud of my material body and senses, your lordship is the cause of the cosmic manifestation, and yet you are untouched by matter.
Yeah. So this is a very wonderful thing is being told here. So what he is saying, Natah param parama yad bhavatah swarupa. Hey Parama, O Supreme Lord, Natah param. Not, there is nothing superior to this form of Bhagavan. Yad bhavatah swarupa. Although there is impersonal Brahman, but that is not different from you because it is your effulgence. So it is not different from you nor superior to you. And what are its characteristics? Ananda matram. So it is full of impersonal bliss. Like Prabhupada is translating like that. You can see. Ananda matram. Avikalpam. Avikalpam means it has no changes, no, or without qualities, without any difference of dheya dhyat, the meditator and meditated, or the seer and the seen, and there is no bheda there, vikalpa, avikalpa. This is the one meaning of that. And aviddhavarchaha means it is unrestricted effulgence in time and space. Aviddha is without any restriction, varcha is the effulgence. That is one way of understanding. So another way is potency also. But this is the second line of this verse is telling about the impersonal feature of the Lord. So, but what Brahma is saying that, my dear Lord, you are saying that Brahman is superior. No, I do not see that Brahman different from you. Brahman is non-different from you and it is inferior to your form of person. So that is what is this, because this form includes Brahman, but Brahman does not include this form. That's why he's saying, I don't see anything superior than this. That's why he's saying, Pashyami Viswam, Pashyami Vishwam, Sujam Ekam Vishwamatman. Vishwasujam Ekam Avishwamatman. So you are this world also in one way, right? So, but I am, still you are spiritual, but I am in this material world. And so Lord may say, so there Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that though Brahman and personal form are one, okay, you are saying like first two lines are said, okay, impersonal Brahman and personal form are one. Where do you reside? With the Brahman or personal form? Where you reside, he is asking. You reside in Brahman or you reside in personal form? Or you take shelter of what? He says, I take shelter of that one form who created the universe. Ekam. Vishwasrijam Ekam. So I take shelter of personal form who is creating this world. Then Lord may say, wait a minute, I am not a creator, you are creator. He says, no, I might be apparently doing creation, but I am material. Bhutendriya Atmaka. But you are Avishwam. You are completely transcendental. So that's why I worship you. Upashitosmi. You are spiritual, whereas I am material. But I have pride to say that I am created. I am the creator of this world. So that is what is the mood. So you see Prabhupada, Mada is there. Na? So he says, you are spiritual, whereas I am material, because I have pride that I can gain pleasure by body, senses and mind. So he criticizes himself. Bhutendriyatmaka, Mada. So because I think of this I and mine in this world, so that's why I have become proud to be thinking that I am creator, but actually I am not creator. So I take shelter of your personal form, not that Brahman. So that is the meaning of this verse. So Prabhupada is putting all that, no? The proud. I surrender to you because whereas I am proud of my material body and senses. So Prabhupada begins with the purport saying that how this realization came to Brahma by practice of bhakti only. So bhaktya mam avijana. And then he has many forms, right? Even the previous verse was mentioning avatara shataika bijam. So he quotes that. There are many eternal blissful forms. So advaitam achyutam anadim ananta rupam, etc. And then he goes to say about this how one can, by the devotional perfection, one can understand that impersonal Brahman Jyoti is only partial representation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Brahma and Bhagavan aspect will be clearly understood only by devotional perfection, by mercy of love. So that is what is being said here. So the three Purusha expansions in the material creation are his plenary portions. So this is Paramatma feature. And in the spiritual sky of Brahma Jyoti, there is no change of various kalpas or millenniums. And there is no creative activities in Vaikuntha worlds. So see, Prabhupada is giving different meanings given by different acharyas of one word, that is avikalpam. So avikalpa has so many meanings. So in word-to-word translation, he gave one meaning. Now he is giving another meaning, that it is telling about Brahma Jyoti where there is no creation, kalpa, the time. There is no creative activities in the Vaikuntha. So the influence of time is conspicuous by its absence. Means what? The time doesn't act in Vaikuntha world in the way it acts in material world as a destructor of everything. That's how. So see, these are the different meanings which he is taking from Jiva Goswami here. And initially whatever he told is different, right? So that's how Prabhupada actually, because as he says that this purport are my devotional ecstasies, because he was going through all so many commentaries, and he is giving something in word-to-word meaning, is giving something in purport, and he is giving something in translation also, right? So that's how Prabhupada is very amazingly writing purports. So that's what is told here, that only a devotee can understand. So if you see in India, there are so many people who practice bhakti, actually, in one sense. But if you scratch little bit, right? I think one Prabhupada disciple says that, immediately you will get Mayavad inside. So that's what it takes, devotional perfection to understand that impersonal aspect of the Supreme Lord is inferior than the personal aspect of the Supreme Lord. So that is what is the thing which is mentioned here. So, and of course, there is a Paramatma realization. also. So Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagwan. So what is the difference? So in short, Bhagwan means Lord of the spiritual world who enjoys in spiritual world with internal energy. What is Paramatma? Paramatma is Purusha avatars and they do Srishti Leela only. So they deal with the material energies. So that is GOD, creation, maintenance, destruction. Or generation, operation and we say na GOD. Generator, operator, destroyer. So that is a understanding of Paramatma only, the Purusha expansion. So they are the plenary portions of the Bhagwan. And they are also temporary, right? And what to speak of Brahma Jyoti? Brahma Jyoti is just a potency of Lord, the effulgence of the Lord. So that's how by only proper devotional success and the perfection one can approach. So that's what Prabhupada says. So this already I explained about what Vishwanath Chakra Thakur is saying. And the Jiva Goswami's things already Prabhupada explained, right? So actually, Jiva Goswami says a very interesting thing. See here, that Bhagwan, the Lord of Mahavaikuntha, is his Swamsha expansion as Purusha, full of potency. At certain moment of time, placed the jivas into Maya, which became agitated by Guna. So this verse is telling about the Bhagwan feature, because Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is Purusha, right? So what Jiva Goswami is saying, he has a different way of looking at this verse. He is saying that Brahma is saying that I am seeing Garbhodakshaya Vishnu now. Actually, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is not original form. Original form is Bhagwan. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is a form which is of the material world. So that way he is saying. So that's why if you see, he says that I do not see that full form of yours, Bhagwan, but take shelter of an inferior form. That form is described. Like so, that is full form is Bhagwan, and right now he is seeing what Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So that is what is said here. Now, Lord may ask that, okay, why don't you take shelter of impersonal Brahman? Why you want to take shelter of the personal aspect? Why not impersonal Brahman? So Brahmaji becomes very practical in saying that, my dear Lord, Brahman never reciprocates, but Bhagwan reciprocates with all the worshippers, whereas Brahman is non-reciprocal. So that's what is the fourth verse. And that's why your personal form is auspicious than Brahman. That's why I don't take shelter of that. That is what he's telling. Fourth verse. Tadvaidam bhuvana mangala mangalaya dhyanes manodarshitam ta upasakana tasmai namo bhagavate vidhe matubhyam yenadruto narakabhyasat prasangai. Yes, bro. What is that? Something problem? Someone can read from his. Yeah. Please read. Who is supposed to read now? The
Yes,
pres-
Mataji or Shubha.
Yes, who is supposed to read now?
This present form or any transcendental form expanded by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is equally auspicious for all the universes. Since you have manifested this eternal personal form upon whom your devotees meditate, I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Those who are destined to be dispatched to the path of hell neglect your personal form because of speculating on material profits.
No. So, here what is saying, my dear Lord, you are saying, why don't I approach impersonal Brahman? So, my reply to you is, this form of you is Bhuvana Mangala Mangalaya. Hey Bhuvan Mangal, it is It is creating so much of auspiciousness in this world. How it is creating? Because it is dhyanes mano darshitam ta upasakana. So anyone who worships that form, he gets the results. Even if someone approaches with material desires, artha, jidnyasu, artharthi, jnani, you bestow some reciprocational results. You even give darshan also. Dhyana. And I saw you in dhyana, right? And then I got experience. And not only me, this is Bhuvana Mangal, means for everyone it is auspicious. Oh, you are all auspicious for all the universes, like that. So what is this? Because Mangalaya means for the prosperity. So prosperity means you become the bestower of four Purusharthas. For those who desire four Purusharthas, you bestow them. So that's why it is creating auspiciousness, prosperity. And I have personal experience of that. What is that? Because I did not get help from impersonal Brahman. When I was in difficulty, you helped me. That is, so worship of the personal form produces these benefits of dharma, artha, kama, moksha, etc. Doing otherwise is useless. So worship of impersonal form will not give these results. Impersonal worship, that personal form was revealed to me in my meditation. So dhyanesma. So darshitam. I did not see the impersonal Brahman. Therefore, the personal form is more merciful. So I offer my respects to you. That's why Tasmai Namo Bhagavate. I offer my obeisances to this personal form only. And let me go on serving you. Anuvidhema tubhyam. What Prabhupada translated? Let me perform service to you. Like that. Anuvidhema has that meaning. So because it is so, Lord may say that okay, you want to worship and you have got experience and I give the benedictions, okay. But there are some person who say that this form is not eternal Satchitananda. And they don't respect. You are saying you are offering respect to me. Yona Bhagavate, Namo Bhagavate. You are offering respect, but there are some people who don't worship and don't offer respect. And they think that it is not Satchitananda, it is material. So to answer that, he is saying, Yo nadrita naraka bhagbhir asat prasanga. So these fellows are walking on the path towards the hell. So Prabhupada writes, they are pilgrims to hell, I think, right? In the purport or the translation. So Narak anadrito, because they disrespect you, they are walking on the path of Naraka. And how it is happening? Asat prasangai, because they got wrong association. Or to be more precise, as told by Srila Baladev Vidyabhushan in his commentary of, avajananti mam mudha manushim tanumashritam param bhava majananto mama bhutamahesh. So same, anadrito means they are avajanant. So he says that these people have not got association of sat prasanga. That's why they have this misconception. So because of wrong association, they develop this disrespect and wrong understanding of the material, thinking that my form is matter. Avajananti manushim tanumashim. So that's what is this verse saying. Brahmaji is saying the reciprocally responsive nature of the Lord towards everyone, including the persons who are approaching him with material motivations. Lord bestows dharma, kam, moksha. Those who want pure devotion, he bestows prema bhakti, like that. So Brahmaji is giving his own example that, I got benefited. I was not getting benefit from Brahma. So I offer my respects and I continue to serve him. So that is what is the meaning of this verse. So let us see the purport. Actually, as this has some this thing. So if you see, I think pilgrim to hell, like that is written. Anyone has purport in front of you? This thing is rotating. I have to. It will take a minute or something to. There is word like pilgrim to hell, something like that. Prabhupada writes. So, just a second. I am not able to move this. Yeah. So Prabhupada quotes that persons who are addicted to the impersonal persona feature of the Lord, whether in meditation or otherwise, are all pilgrims to hell. Because 12.5, right? So that's how he begins with the last line, like last, yeah. So, but and first he says it is your form is auspicious for everyone, all for the benediction of all universes. So like that, and then he tells that how different forms of Lord are equally potent, like that. Example, Brahma Samhita is quoted. And now he says, even someone approaches with material desire, upasakana, what happens to them? Yeah, please read this part first. This one.
The particular form of the Lord exhibited to a devotee is not mundane, even though the devotee may retain material desires, nor is it manifest under the influence of material energy, as is foolishly considered by the impersonalists. Impersonalists who consider the transcendental forms of the Lord to be products of the material world are surely destined for hell.
Yeah. So, Nirvishesha, Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshataya. So, Prabhupada has great anger towards this impersonalist because of his real devotee, right? So it's a natural. That's why you see purports. Anywhere he gets chance, he will punch to the impersonalist very strongly because of their disrespecting the Supreme Lord. Right? So that's why he is using pilgrims to hell, such words. So even if material desire is there, Lord reciprocates. So Lord is ye yathamam prapadyant. Reciprocally respondent to his devotees. So that is the Bhuvana Mangala Mangalaya. Otherwise, the impersonal aspect, what is there? Whereas personal aspect is so merciful to avoid such wonderful things. So that's why let me serve only you, not impersonal Brahma. So having said that previous verse, that those who are worshippers or impersonal aspect and those who disrespect the form, they go to hell. But what about the pure devotees? What happens to them? So he speaks about upasakas. Among the two types of worshippers, jnanis and bhaktas, the devotees are successful and dear to the Lord. This is explained in the two verses now. Fifth and sixth verse are going to tell us what. So there are two types of worshippers, bhaktas and jnanis. Among them, the bhaktas are successful and they are dear to Lord as well. That is what he told him. And Jiva Goswami says something similar. Although your form benefits for all Purusharthas, but pure devotees accept only your lotus feet as highest goal. So that's why the word but is used too. So that's how this beautiful, very, very beautiful verse worth memorizing and reminding. ये तु त्वदीय चरणां भुजकोशगन्धं छिघ्रन्ति कर्णविवरैः श्रुतिवातनीतं भक्त्या गृहीतचरणः परया च तेषां नापैषि नाथ हृदयाम्बुरुहत्स्वपुंसाम्. Yeah, please read the translation. It's supposed to be.
Smile point. Persons who smell the aromas of the lotus feet, carried by the air of Vedic sound through the holes of the ears, accept your devotional service. For them, you are never separated from the lotus of their hearts. For
Yeah.
the pure devotee of the
Oh, sorry. I think here only it is over. Yeah. Translation is this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So, see, the previous verse spoke about the Narak Bhagavad, right? Sat Prasanga. Now, what about the Upasakas who are pure devotees? So, he is saying, Ye, to, but these. Who are these? These people are Tvadiya Charanambhuja Koshagandham. Your lotus feet, the fragrance of your lotus feet, the whorl of that lotus feet, they smell, jigranti. But how do they smell? They smell by the ears. So this is interesting. The smell of the lotus feet of Krishna is possible by hearing, karna vivarai. Oh, how they smell that? Because smell is at their lotus, but that smell is carried by the air to be experienced, right? So Shruti Vatanitam, where you are glorified, that Shrutis, the wind of that Shrutis, through that wind, through the ears, they smell the fragrance of your lotus feet. And what they do? Paraya Bhaktya, by the pure devotion, transcendental, Paraya Bhaktya is pure unalloyed devotional service. Grihita Charana Paraya Chatesha. So they hold your lotus feet as only valuable in the creation and nothing else. And what happens? They hold your lotus feet and what? Napaishi Natha Hridayam Buruhatsva Pungsa. And what happens? Hey Natha, you are unable to leave from there because you, like a bee, their heart is like, again, Kamal. Hridayambu. Hridayambu, Amburuha means your Swapungsam means these are the pure devotees. Their heart is also like lotus. So you, like bee, you also don't leave them. They hold you is one thing, but you also don't want to leave their heart. That's how there is a very intimate relationship between Lord and his pure devotees. And that's how they keep on smelling the fragrance of the Supreme Lord's lotus feet. That's how this verse is, the meaning is this. That so Prabhupada writes all these principles about hearing and the intimate relationship between Lord and devotee, right? So that's what is told. That's why this verse is specially speaking about the pure devotees, in which hearts, like what Amrish Maharaj is told, na? Sadhunam hridayam mayham sadhavam hridayam tu maham madanyatena jananti naham tebhyo manayam. So that's what is told. So let us see purport. So for pure devotee of Lord, there is nothing beyond the lotus feet of Lord. And the Lord knows that such devotees do not wish anything more than that. So sadhunam hridayam toyam, like. So the word tu specifically establishes this fact. So this is all from Jiva Goswami's comment. And then he tells that there is a very transcendental relationship between the Lord and devotee. That Lord doesn't give up devotee doesn't give up the lotus feet of Lord, and Lord doesn't want to give up the lotus of their hearts. He is like a bee captured there. Right? So that's what actually this he says, no? What is that? Raje prasiddham navaneta chora. So Bilvamangal Thakur says, now I have captured you in my heart, my Lord. Now how can you leave? So that way. So that way there is a very transcendental relationship. So it is understood that they are specifically dearer than impersonalists. So as there are jnanis and there are two types of upasakas. So these are not the people, like previous verse spoke about anadrita and what? Narak Patha. So they are Mayavadis. Okay. Here what is spoken impersonalist are worshippers of Lord, but they don't disrespect. but Lord is not having dearness to them. Whereas pure devotees, Lord has great affection. So that's why it is told that there are more dear. Such pure devotees are not mundane sentimentalists, but they are factually realist because of their activities are supported by Vedic authorities who have given oral reception to the facts mentioned in Vedic literature. So Shruti Vatanitam. So their emotions are not sentimentalist emotion, not mundane, because their experience is based on Shrutis or hearing the Shrutis. So that's why. And then Paraya. Paraya means, so Prabhupada says, Parabhakti or spontaneous love of God is the basis of an intimate relationship with Lord. The highest stage of relationship with Lord can be attained simply by hearing about Him, His name, form, qualities, etc. from the authentic sources like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagwatam, recited by pure unalloyed devotees of the Lord. So see, in this last paragraph, or last part of purport, Prabhupada is telling the process also to attain that. So there are people who are perfected pure devotees, or in other words, pure unalloyed devotees. But from them, if we just hear about, simply by hearing about Him and striving to practice pure devotional service, then we can also reach the spontaneous love of God. That's what he's saying. So this capturing thing is happening at the level of bhava and prema. But the very first verse of Bhagavatam is telling, one who has developed urge to hear about Krishna, Krishna can be captured immediately in the heart. Sadhyo ruddhi avaruddhyatetra kritibhihi shushrushubihi tatshanat. Tatshanat, captured. So shushrushubi means those who have developed urge to hear Krishna Katha. Their heart may not be pure. Kritibhi are very accomplished people like this pure unalloyed devotees. But shushrushubihi means those who are eager to hear and eager to serve, pure devotees. So in their heart also Krishna can be captured. But when heart becomes pure, then it remains there. So that's the thing. So that's why Prabhupada is indicating lastly that simply by hearing we can attain this highest stage. So who are these pure unalloyed devotees? Why there is so much, Lord is so much having such dearness that He cannot leave their heart. He is telling Amrish, the Lord is telling Amrish, my dear Durvas Muni, that I can't help, I can't forgive you because my heart is not here. You have to go there. I am there in his heart. You go there. So such kind of intimacy is there in the Lord and His pure devotees. But what is there in the pure devotees special, which is a result of such intimacy? So that is told by very nicely in these two verses, if you see. पारिजाते अंजसा लब्धे सारंग अन्योन्य सेवते त्वदंग्रि मूलमासाद्य साक्षात किम किम वृणीमहि. So same thing basically. Once one gets the taste of lotus feet of Krishna, which are similar to Parijata, then he doesn't want to go anywhere else. So such person are told, Tulayam lave napi na swargam na punarbhava Bhagavad Sangi Sangasya Martyanam Kramatasis. So these pure unalloyed devotees are the Bhagavad Sangis. And why Bhagavad Sangis are special? There are two things. One can experience the sweetness of talks about your forms and qualities in their association. So that is one important thing we have to see. That even in a conditioned state, we can experience the sweetness of Lord and His form when we hear from such Bhagavad Sangha. That is its potency. That's why we see when great pure unalloyed devotees in yatras or when they are narrating the same pastime, it has a different effect altogether because of their Krishna in their heart. So this is one important thing. And second amazing thing is though you give happiness to others, like so many, ye thamam prapadyante, dharmat kam moksha, so many other devotees, Lord gives happiness. But Bhagavad Sangi gives happiness to you. So we desire that association. So these prachetas are telling you. So everyone in Bhagavatam prays for such association. Dhruva Maharaj. Tasmad Amastanubhatam. No, of course, that is Prahlad Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj is saying the same thing. In front of Lord, they are asking for association of such pure unalloyed devotees. Because they give pleasure to Lord. Can you imagine? That is their state. Lord gives pleasure to everyone, but they give pleasure to Lord. And in their association, we can experience the sweetness of the Lord. So that's why entire Bhagavatam, if you see, Dhruva Maharaj, Prithu Maharaj, Prachetas, they are all praying for this Bhagavad Sangi association. So that's why as soon as we get opportunity, should throw everything and associate with such people when they come. And by grace of Radhisham Prabhu, here so many great souls visit regularly. Right? So that is what is told. And then Jiva Goswami says further, accepting the form of the Lord, the devotees following pure bhakti, take your lotus feet as the highest goal, because you think of them as most valuable. So this is very important. Now we spoke about the pure unalloyed perfected devotees who are carrying Krishna in their heart, and their talks of Lord's form gives so much of experience of sweetness. But what about the sadhaka bhaktas? But a practitioner of pure devotional service, Lord thinks about that person who is practicing pure devotion. Lord thinks that he is most valuable. So that is another thing. So there is a perfected pure devotee, and there is practicing pure devotee, and there is aspiring pure devotee. So these are the stages in bhakti. So at the level of nishtha, one actually starts practicing pure devotional service. And at the beginning, Adav Shraddha Sadhu Sang Bhajan Kriya, the devotee, if he is fortunate, he has pure faith, but he cannot practice pure devotional service because of the anarthas and the influence of anarthas, too much influence of aham and mama. Because of, although he wants to, but he can't practice. So that is aspiring pure devotional service, and they are practicing pure devotional service, and a perfected pure devotional service. So this is like, but the glory is as soon as you develop pure faith and start following pure devotional service, Lord thinks of you as most valuable. That is the power of pure devotional service, and that is the most confidential knowledge given in Bhagavad Gita, where Lord says that ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya mayi te teshu chapya, that they are in me and I am in them. What does that mean? The 9th chapter is telling, in the beginning, is telling maya tatam idam sarvam. I am everywhere, everything is in me. And then he says, no, everything is not in me. He says, no, what is that? Next verse. Maya tadam idam sarvam jagat avyaktamurtina matsthani sarva bhutani. All bhutas are in me. Na chaham teshu avasthita. I am not in me. And then he says, na cha matsthani bhutani. No, all living entities are also not in me. So, and having said that, then he says about devotees, the pure devotees, practitioners or aspirers of pure devotees. What he says? Ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya. Mayi te teshu chapyam. I am in them and they are in me. So what does that mean? That Lord, because of his affection for such practitioner of pure devotional service, Lord thinks about the devotee. That's why they are in him. Means they are in his consciousness. They are in his thinking. Right? So that is what is the thing mentioned by Jiva Goswami. And then the process of hearing, this already we saw. So here, the accepting your lotus feet as the goal of human endeavor with the highest devotion, prema bhakti, like peace. Yeah. So this already we discussed, right? So that is this verse telling. Now, as we discussed earlier, now two kinds of upasaka. The two verses are speaking about devotees. Right? So that's what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur said in the previous link, previous akshepa. Now what he is saying, but your devotees, if Lord is saying, like you said about, okay, the previous verse, you, my dear Lord, you cannot leave their heart and they capture your lotus feet, etc. Lord may say, no, but your devotees, if they have wives, children, and wealth, are also, they are materialists, isn't it? Like Lord may say. So uh, don't see this like your devotees is wrong. Lord is saying this. Now, if devotees have wife, children, wealth, they are materialists, right? How can you say them as devotees? Then Brahmaji says, no, 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 my Lord. Actually, biting his tongue, he is saying, no, 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 not like that. I don't want to say that. So he is saying that pure devotional service is not so external. Even with wife, children, wealth, your devotees are beyond that. They are there in the material world, but they are not there because their heart is with you. That is what is telling in the next verse. Very beautiful. So he says, Tavadbhayam dravina deha surun nimittam shokaspruha paribhavo vipulaschalovah तावत् ममेत्य सदवग्रह आर्तिमूलम् यावन्नतिङ्घ्रिभवयं प्रवृणीत लोकः. Yes, please read the translation.
O my Lord, the people of the world are embarrassed by all material anxieties. They are always afraid. They always try to protect wealth, body, and friends. They are filled with lamentation and unlawful desires and paraphernalia, and they are avariciously base their undertakings on the perishable conceptions of my and mine. As long as they do not take shelter of your safe lotus feet, they are full of such anxieties.
Yeah. So this verse, Lord is creating an objection that there are devotees like in Vrindavan. Where are the renunciates in Vrindavan? There is no renunciate in Vrindavan. There are all families, right? So the devotees in the Grihastha ashrama are being spoken in this verse. So Yavat and Tavat means what? Till the time. Till that time. That's how this verse is being spoken by Brahma. Because Brahma is saying, no, 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 not like that, my Lord. I am not saying that. So Yavan te angri abhayam pravrunita loka. Till the time they take shelter, approach your lotus feet. Till then only to that degree all these things will go away. So what is that? So yavat tavat you see here, until then, tavat, and yavat means, yavan means from, as long as they are taking the shelter of your fearless lotus feet, or they shelter or accept your lotus feet, pravrunita, pragrushta rupena vrunita. As long as they accept, till then these things, the fear which is caused by tavat bhayam, dravina, deha, suru, all this which naturally a householder has to think about, that fear which causes what? Shoka, spruha, paribhavo, vipulascha lobha, more and more greed, the lamentation, more and more desire, right? All these things, till that time, that will be there. Once they take the shelter of lotus feet, this is no more there. And then one more stage of devotee is mentioned. Tavan mameti asadavagraha arti mula. Means one, till the time the asadavagraha of aham mama is not given up, and the lotus feet is not fully accepted. So that is the next level. So basically, there are three levels of devotees are explained in this last verse and this verse. So last verse spoke about pure, perfected, pure devotees, right? Now there are two stages of devotees here. So let us see that first and then we'll go to the purport. So see here, the three types of devotees have been described. And none of them are samsarina. No, none of them are like, samsari people. Why? So those who have great attachment for the Lord, that is the previous verse where Lord is captured, Lord cannot move. Those who have accomplished anarth nivrutti described in the first part of the present verse. Okay. Those who have no attachment to aham and mama. And those who have not accomplished anarth nivrutti are described in the last part of the present verse due to aham mama attachment. Right? So that's how this three stages are mentioned here. But the point is, as long as one has approached and accepted Krishna's lotus feet, which are fully hungry abhayam, till the time, then he will surely make progress through these stages. But in that, there are two stages explained here. That's the meaning. So let us see the purport. Yeah, please read the first part for the speaking about. Yeah.
One may question how one can always think of the Lord in regard to his name, fame, quality, etc. If one is embraced by thoughts of family affairs, everyone in the material world is full of thoughts about how to maintain his family, how to protect his wealth, how to keep peace with friends and relatives, etc. Thus, he is always in fear and lamentation, trying to keep up with the status quo. In answer to this question, this verse spoken by Brahma is very appropriate. A pure devotee of the Lord never thinks of himself as the proprietor of his home.
Yeah. So see, thank you. After some time, you can read the next part. So see, this is a very practical thing which is being spoken here. That how is it possible that always think and have this family affairs? Naturally, because of his responsibility, one has to think about all that. But Brahmaji is saying, yes, he has to do. But if he has accepted the lotus feet of Lord fully, then what is his thought process? So he thinks he takes care of responsibilities. But what is his consciousness? He never thinks himself as the proprietor of home. So his consciousness is very high. So he has no fear of maintaining the family. But that doesn't mean that he has become an irresponsible. But he's very clear that actually I have to do my part and Krishna will do the rest. He has no fear of maintaining his family or protecting interest of family. Because of this surrender, he no longer has any attraction for wealth. So this is one level of devotee. He has no attraction. Now Prabhupada speaks another level of devotee. Please read from here.
Even if there is attraction for wealth, it is not.
Yeah, please continue.
Not for sense enjoyment.
Sorry,
It is. It is not for sense enjoyment, but for the service of the Lord. A pure devotee may be attracted to accumulating wealth just like an ordinary man. But the difference is that a devotee acquires money for the service of the Lord, whereas the ordinary man acquires money for his sense enjoyment. Thus, the acquisition of wealth by a devotee is not a source of anxieties, as it is the case for the worldly man. And because a pure devotee accepts everything in the sense of service, serving the Lord, the poisonous teeth of accumulation of wealth are extracted.
Yeah. So see, now you may think that how is it that pure devotee is attracted to accumulation of wealth? So any thoughts about it? Does it appear little contradictory, like just above what Prabhupada said, no? A pure devotee of Lord never thinks of himself as proprietor. And again now here seeing a pure devotee. So how do we understand this? Two things which Prabhupada is saying. So such devotee first is he has no attraction, he's saying. So any thoughts about it?
Like we do collection for Janmashtami.
Actually, here it is not much about Janmashtami collection. It is about family maintenance, actually. If you see what is being spoken, right in the verse, it is speaking about, Dravina, Deha, Surun, Nimittam, all that. So it is not necessarily Janmashtami collection. Means, of course, that is your thought, surely. Any other thought?
For the service of the Lord and for devotional service.
Yeah, but as I was telling you, there are three levels of devotees, right? Like the two levels, one who have crossed anarth nivritti and one who has not. So that's what here pure devotee means, that stage where before that there are some material desires. His faith is pure, he wants to practice pure devotion, but there are desires. But the poisonous teeth of accumulation of wealth are extracted. So poison might be there inside, but teeth are extracted, right? So this analogy is given at many places in Bhagwatam and many scriptures. Like you see that, what is that? Prabodhanand Saraswati says, Kaivalyam narakayate tirdashakubur akasha pushpayat. Durdantendriya kala sarpapatali protkhatadam strayat. So the teeth are extracted. So this is the devotee who is not perfected pure devotee. He is a practicing pure devotee, right? That's why he has desires. Whereas, as I told, that's why Prabhupada is saying that even if he has attraction for wealth, there is attraction, but he knows that, yeah, he has faith, like pure faith. So pure faith awakened, but heart is not sufficiently pure. That time these desires will be there, but they will not create such anxiety because of his faith on the Lord. Right? The way it creates for a worldly man who is attached to wealth. So that's what Prabhupada is saying, right? There is a difference between these two greedy people for wealth. Because wealth, no, they are very difficult things to give up, right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, the na dhanam, na janam, na sundari, right? So wealth is very, very deep-rooted thing. Kanaka, Kamini, and Pratishtha. This thing very deep-rooted to give up. It's not easy, Even if it is not even easy. Just by shaving up and wearing this, the desire for wealth is given up, not necessarily, because wealth is very big power. Actually, control comes by that. So when Prabhupada is saying this, he is talking about two different levels of devotees, as mentioned by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, right? So this is one level of devotee. Mameti asad avagraha. Till the time he is affected. So this is one level, and this is more earlier level. That's why there are two. Till the time, like that. So that's how there are three levels of devotees being spoken. So what is important is to receive and continue to practice or strive to practice pure devotional service. So that's why he's saying a pure devotee is never entangled in materially worldly affairs, even though he may remain in the world like an ordinary man. So actually, same Brahmaji offers similar prayer very beautifully in this verse 10, 14, 36. Tavad ragadayastena tavad kara griham griham. Tavad moha angri nigado yavan Krishna natejana. Same verse actually, practically. So what is saying, I'll just show that and we'll pause for today. Very, very beautiful. So what is happening there? Same thing is happening, that he glorifies pure devotion. And then Lord says that, there are some people who criticize these Vrajvasis. Actually, Brahmaji glorifies Vrajvasis like anything. Aho ati dhanya vrajago ravanya, the gopis who have fed you the milk, and aho bhagyam, Nanda Gopa Vrajau Kasam, etc. He has glorified all the Vrajvasis actually after the Brahma Viman Lila. And after that, Krishna says to him that actually there are some people who are renunciates. They say that these all householders, their attachment is there. So then Brahma says, no, my lord, Yavan Krishna Natejana. Till the time, I am just opening that verse, 10th canto, 14th chapter, 36th verse, right? Yavat, yeah. Sharing, and we'll pause with this. See what? Yavat Krishna Natejana. Till the time they don't fully accept Krishna, my dear Lord Krishna, until the people become your devotees. What happens? Tavat Ragadaya. So their affection, family affection among each other, they are thieves. Their material attachment and the desires remain thieves. Raga Adi. So material attachment and stena. Tavat Karagraham Griham. Till the time they don't become your devotees, the Griha becomes prison house. And what are the foot shackles? The moha, the intimacy, familial affection between each other. That is all. They are the foot shackles for the person. Angri Nigada. So Yava, till the time they become devotees. Like that. So that's what the same mood is being spoken here by Brahma. That as soon as they accept, then the purification begins. And then there are 3 levels. Right? So that's what is explained by Prabhupada. The both aspects what are given by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur are very nicely elaborated by Prabhupada. So here you see the wealth. If they accept those feet completely, then the attachment to you, they will give up the attachment to wealth. But it's not like, attachment to Krishna is like not like this, Attachment, I have attachment to wealth and this is attachment to Krishna. So I just give this up and catch this. Is it? It is not, it's a process, right? It's a progressive thing. And if one devotee has attachment for wealth, one should still not worry. The bite of the snake whose 2 front teeth have been extracted does not cause suffering. Thus, just accepting your lotus feet as worthy of service destroys very cause of material existence. So this acceptance is nothing but the pure faith and the aspiration of practice of pure devotion. Then everything is, because Lord starts thinking, right? So poisonous teeth are removed. So already it is 4:36. So we'll pause here and continue tomorrow. So we have began little late. So if any one of you has any clarification, question or comment or anything about what we discussed, you may express. You feel free to express here. Of course, I am not much qualified to speak about all these topics, especially about the previous verse which spoke about the householder ashram, but I just tried to repeat it. Yes, anyone has any comment, clarification, question, or something which you heard from about these prayers, you may express. Or we, Anuj Prabhu, till what time we should go? Like 2:30 to 4:30, I know, but
Yes, but if questions are there, you can.
Okay.
Or like 4:40 or 4:45, like it
Okay.
hasn't started late.
because yeah, so Prabhu is in office. Fine, Prabhu. So Bhagwatam is enlightening always. Thank you. Yes, so can we take one more verse then? The next verse, I believe, because it seems there is nothing. I don't know. Did I speak something about householder ashram? Please forgive me if I have spoken in some other way, or if you want to share some realizations, because all of you are there. No? I am just speaking, sitting. So if that is there, you may express, or we may take one more verse. Is it okay, or we start tomorrow? What do you suggest, Anuj?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we will start tomorrow.
Oh. Anuj,
Tomorrow.
desire is told by Prabhuji, is it?
I also have council meetings, so we can.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you all very much. Nantara Srimad Bhagwatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you, Prabhupada.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Samarpan Gopal, Prabhuji, I just wanted to inform you.
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, we have exam coming Sunday. So like one class would be postponed.
Okay, okay,
Previous year exam on coming Sunday.
okay. So coming Sunday means not tomorrow, the next one.
Tomorrow. Yes.
Next one.
Next Sunday. Yes. Yes.
Okay, okay, fine. Yes, please. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very good. So Anuj Prabhu, now you are alone. I remember